Hi everybody, welcome to the channel.
ET Points Home. This is where we talk about travel, credit cards, finances in general, but mainly for the credit card points and point redemptions and the travels that we do. Now, this is just the coverage of my journey regarding these areas that I've just mentioned, and I just wanted to document it and share it with you guys what I discover along the way. Um, a lot of these talks will be regarding like I said, what I've just learned. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. If you like the content, hopefully you would like this episode. Maybe subscribe, follow, and get those numbers up if you really would like to. Cost nothing, and it would help me out to kind of hopefully do better at getting this off the ground, um, so that I could help other people, like you, like me, and we could share our experiences regarding these credit card points and travel and just tips and hacks and finances in general. Anyway, uh, so with that out of the way, one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is, well, BILT Mastercard, BILT Rewards, whatever you want to call it, because rent day is coming up in about a couple days or so. So, if you're not already familiar, BILT is a credit card, BILT Mastercard to be exact, and it is backed by Wells Fargo. And BILT is more of a rewards type of app or company, is I think is what they would like themselves to be known as, but they do have a credit card, and it is a great credit card. Um, Honestly, a no annual fee credit card with a master concierge, and I don't know what all those benefits are, but hey, it sounds really fancy. Otherwise, yes. So, BILT Mastercard is basically, man, a no annual fee credit card that has the bells and whistles that a lot of annual fee credit cards have, namely Chase Sapphire Preferred, and of course the Capital One Venture card, even the Chase, or I'm sorry, the Cap, no, no, not again, City, the City, um, I guess it would be the City Premier. Yeah, because they all have the $95 annual fee. Yep, yeah, those are the mid-tier travel cards. So this one is pretty competitive with those guys. Anyway, so what we're talking about today is, well, rent day. Rent day is basically the a day. Well, it's a special day for BILT and BILT credit card holders, because it's the day where you can basically double all the multipliers that they already have. Now, there's other channels that you've already probably seen before this one, or even heard of, regarding the BILT multipliers and the superpowers that it's got, but we'll just go over it just real quick. Now, sorry, I gotta look away and look at the notes here, because I don't have it all in my head. So, what we're looking at here is the multipliers on this BILT Mastercard. But first of all, we got to go over this whole thing. What's so special about the BILT Mastercard? Well, it's the only, so far, I think, credit card that can, well, you can use to pay for rent without incurring a transaction fee. That's because they give you an ACH account number. Um, well, basically, it's kind of like a well, a routing number and an account number that looks like it's coming from a bank, so that when you pay online the rent that you currently have to whatever platform you use, um, then it will just look like you're paying from a bank account. So therefore, it doesn't look like you're paying from a credit card, and you don't incur that, I don't know, 2.9, 3.5% interest fee or transaction fee that they have. And if you're not part of that app where you pay online for your rent, they also have a feature where you can actually get a check made out to your landlord or to whoever that you are going to pay for your rent. Hey, simple enough, right? Fairly easy. Your credit card gets charged, and well, since you already have the money that you're supposed to pay for your rent, you just pay your credit card off after that, and voila, you just paid your rent with no transaction fees. Great, right? And you build your credit score by, you know, using your credit card and paying it off. And well, it's a win-win situation for anyone that's actually holding the credit card. Um, Unfortunately, right now, I don't think they do mortgages or anything like that, but they are working on it. I just don't know when. But I would probably bet that Matt Clausen, if you go onto his YouTube channel, I believe it is Matt Clausen, he has a lot of news all the time, and he is in the know about everything. He has a great channel. Check out his channel, and if you have any um, inkling for the news on anything credit cards related topics, issues, mileages, travel points, etc., etc., Matt Clausen's your guy for that. Um, that's who I go to anyway on his channel, and he's really good. There's also others that know a lot about the BILT Mastercard, but I can't name them all. But maybe I'll put their channels on the YouTube description below. But for the podcast, I might go ahead and put it there too. Anyway, we're moving on. So, BILT has a great program for that. Unfortunately, for mortgages that people own their homes, it's not available just yet, but they are working on it. And like I said, there was a actually, you know what? I just remembered. There was a interview that Call Me Lonnie on Call Me Lonnie on his YouTube. If you want to go check it out, he interviewed the vice president of public relations, for BILT, I believe. Well, it was a very interesting interview, and you should check it out. Anyway, yep, we're going to move on. So, the multipliers. Well, and what's so special about the BILT Mastercard? Well, I just told you one of them, and that's to pay your rent. Transaction free. So, the other thing is no annual fee. I mean, hey, this card you can keep for pretty much ever and not even blink an eye, but it's something that you might want to use pretty much all the time. Don't just put it in the drawer or anything. But because it does give you 1 point for every dollar that you pay for your rent. So, hey, I mean, nowadays, rent could be anywhere from 1,800 to, oh boy, 2,500. I'm guessing. If you are renting from an apartment complex, that's what it is in California. Certain places in California is probably up in the 2,800 to 3,500. I'm guessing, but in Southern California, that's what we've got so far. Yeah, and so hey, that's roughly $26,000 a year, give or take. Well, that is enough points for, I'm sure, domestic flights, right? And well, I know it actually does transfer to hotels like the, well, World of Hyatt, and it even has Hilton and Marriott as their partners. And there's a lot of other airline um, partners that it's got, and you can pretty much transfer your points there. And by the way, I'm sorry, this is pretty much going to be unedited. It's just much easier that way, and it's more raw. I know it's probably going to be all over the place, but hey, it's the initial episode. We're going to learn as we go, right? Okay. Well, anyway, so it also has 2 times points, 2 times multiplier on every dollar you spend on travel. Now, travel seems to be a bit of a wider range. I believe it covers, well, a whole slew of things, and I'm just blanking out on all of that. But trust me, it does have 2 times spend on travel. I'm sure that's going to be for flights and hotels, etc., etc. But the one thing that everybody likes about this credit card is that they also provide a 3 times per dollar for points, or 3 times points on dining. And that's where we go from here, back to our rent day. Yes. So the special day that BILT has thought up is called Rent Day. And on Rent Day, well, it's double everything that I just named off to you. Well, that means you're going to get 6 times the points on dining, and 4 times on travel. But of course, rent is going to stay the same, but everything else will be 2 times the points. Yeah, groceries, gas, I guess, yeah, etc. Everything. The other thing is, though, the one thing that they're actually doing this June 1st, 2024, for Rent Day, the one thing that they're going to be doing is the dining experience, which is really interesting and which really is really cool, because in celebration of them making 20,000 more restaurants count for the dining multipliers, because they have certain restaurants that count for certain amount of multipliers, and a lot of them are 3 times the points per dollar when you go to those establishments. And so in celebration to that, they're, I believe, giving 5 or 6 times the points. Yes, for those restaurants. And not only that, there's a program that BILT has where they have allowed for people to link other credit cards. Yeah, link other credit cards to their app in order for you to maximize or even stack those points to that rewards program. So basically, one of the examples that they have is, well, the Chase Sapphire Preferred. The Chase Sapphire Preferred, if you're not familiar, has a 3 times on a dining points already. So, well, you're gonna stack that on that, and you get ultimate rewards points, I believe, and you also get those points for BILT. And if you are interested in those kinds of things, a little more in depth, R Squared Traveled, go to his channel and check it out. He really goes in depth in how to maximize the multipliers on the BILT Mastercard to get, wow, I think he said somewhere around 32 times the dollar or more. Anyway, it was a very interesting way of doing it. I unfortunately am trying, but I'm not really going out a lot with the family and eating out. Uh, but hey, on rent days, best days to go out to eat once a month, and that's something to do. So anyway, that's something that you can do with the whole stacking the points. Uh, that's just one example, which is amazing. So this rent day, don't forget, if you already have the credit card, you might as well go out to eat that day if you were wanting to go out to eat. Anywho, so the other thing that we're going to be talking about is, well, the fact that the BILT Mastercard has all of these, like I said, linking the credit cards to it. I mean, the stacking of these points are just great. Just great. Right? I mean, it, I just can't believe it. I just can't name all of it, but it's just a great thing to have because those dining credits, like, it just makes this whole thing so much better. Built is probably one of my favorite cards to have because of these multipliers and just the earning points, and they play well with other credit cards, which is amazing. You know, they're playing well with other kids. Eh. Anyway, moving on. Uh, yes, so the other thing about Built is they make it fun to have their card. And I mean fun, as in they have games. So on Red Day, they have games. Right now, it's kind of like what do you call it? Like Family Feud or something like that, where you gotta name off like uh, certain things, and the survey says, whatever, number one answer, that kind of thing. Well, you know what I'm talking about. Well, the point is, they have games. They have really fun games to actually play, and you win points. Points for travel or for, well, yeah, travel, flights, hotels, etc. Wow. Now, you know, you can win 250 points or a little bit more. Not only that, you have a chance to have your rent, if you win, you're one of the top people, you get you get to have your rent paid for the month. How great is that? Huh, never won, but hey, that's pretty awesome. Um, so, it just makes it more fun to just have their card. I mean, I enjoy it. I love those quizzes and games that they got. It's just a pleasure to have their card. Now, I've never had a major problem with them, so that's great. And the thing is, I've been having fun enjoying their card. I'm actually trying to earn more points from them. Honestly, it's outside from the rent points. I'm actually trying to earn more points uh, through that natural spend, but and the stacking and all that. I'm just learning all this stuff, all the terms and all that stuff. Hey, like I said, we're just documenting the journey here. Okay, so moving on. This is one of the things that some people might get disappointed with the BILT Mastercard is it doesn't have a sign up bonus. All right, it doesn't have a sign up bonus. That's a tough one because a lot of people like the sign up bonuses, of course, right? Namely, Chase Sapphire Preferred with the highest, or one of the highest offers that they have now for a welcome bonus, 75,000 points. Yeah, the BILT does not have that. Sad, but true. Otherwise, hey, that's not all bad because sometimes you get I think 5 times on your spend for the next 5 days if you happen to get one of those. I didn't get it, but others have, and it's really nice when you get it because in those 5 days you could spend on certain things and it's 5 times the points. Hey, that's cool. That's really cool. Um, but other than that, even without the welcome bonus, this is one of the most, I think, sought after and the best keeper card to have around, especially when you have a family. Now, dare I say it, I think it rivals a lot of the other credit cards out there. Yeah, American Express Gold card, double cash cards, etc., etc. Of course, every card's got their own benefits and powers and yada yada yada. But that's neither here nor there on this one. The BILT stands alone on its own two legs, I guess, is what I would say, and it's doing pretty well. Yeah, what else can I say about the BILT Mastercard? I mean, I've been using it for almost a year now, and yeah, it's been pretty good lately. They also have those transfer bonuses on rent day. They haven't had it in a little bit, but they've had some good ones. Namely, well, I don't remember because I didn't really do it, but the most recent one that I did was transferring 1,000 points or more to Hilton because they are partners with Hilton, or yeah, linked with Hilton, and they were offering an extra 1,000 on top of your 1,000 points that you transferred from BILT to the Hilton program, yeah, loyalty program, and you got 2,000 points. Some people it's probably not the most, but if you have the certain tier that BILT has, actually that's another thing. There's actual certain tiers. Like blue is for everybody. I believe there's a silver and then gold and platinum. Of course, you get to those tiers with your spending. Yeah, those levels, just spending. The more you spend, the higher you are on the level. Yeah, makes sense, right? Just like a video game. Who knew? You just gotta earn those points and go to those levels. All right. Anyway, moving on. So another thing that I wanted to talk about, like while we're on the topic of stacking points and all that stuff, well, I was mentioning Chase Sapphire Preferred earlier, right? So the thing is, BILT has a program that also uses Lyft, right? So when you use Lyft, of course, that's travel, so you get 2 times on that when you spend on Lyft. But when you have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, which I do have, it has a benefit of when you use the Lyft rides, right? I think this lasts until March 31st, 2025, but you earn 5 points on Lyft rides, okay? For Chase Sapphire Preferred. We're talking about Chase Sapphire Preferred right now. They give you 3 times points on top of the 2 times points you already earn on travel that Chase Sapphire Preferred has. Excuse me. So with that, so you're getting 5 times or 5 points, 5 times $1. Man, I gotta get these things straight. Anyway, 5 times points when you use Lyft for the Chase Ultimate Rewards points. Yeah, that's what you're earning there. But since you have it linked to BILT, well, guess what? When you paid with your Chase Sapphire Preferred card, you got those points for your Ultimate Rewards points, but you also got the I believe, 2 times points for your BILT points. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, so for that same ride, you just earned roughly 7 times the price for the ride. Amazing, right? That's great. Yeah. So when I saw that and discovered that, wow, that was I was elated because I had to use it, you know, recently or a couple times, a few times. But hey, that's great to know when you go to Vegas or other places that you're traveling to. Hey, man, sometimes those Lyft rides are a little expensive, especially when certain times you take those rides. But hey, at least you're getting points for Chase and you're getting points for BILT. Phew, great stuff. You know why? Because the ultimate rewards points on Chase, you can have the same transfer partners as BILT. Yeah, because they both have Hyatt. Guess what? Then you can use those points to get Hyatt stays, higher tier or higher category stays. Hey, you do you, boo. You do whatever you want with those points. But yes, amazing. Plus, they also have some transfer partners that are the same as far as airlines. So, man, you are earning on one lender's one credit card and the other credit card, but then you can pull them together to get on the same plane or the same flight, on the same hotel. Amazing. Anyway, so so that's another thing for BILT that is so cool with the whole, you know, linking your cards and stuff. I remember one of the rent days that they had was, hey, they gave you points just for linking 2 or more of your other credit cards to their program, to their app. Yep, I forgot how many points it was. I think it's 200 or maybe even 2,000. I'm not sure. I forgot, but it was quite a bit. So it was nice. See, they just do nice things like that. I don't know how these guys make money, but so far they're making, oh well, their customers happy. So cool. So we're gonna move on and talk about, yeah, just Chase Sapphire Preferred card because they have an elevated bonus points for 75,000 sign up bonus, and I think some are getting 80 to even 90,000 points. Um, Tell you what, check out my buddies, you know, the other guys' channels, like the ones I just named off, but there's others also, um, like Mike Wong on Wong Way Travels, um, also John from John R. I believe John R. Travels, I believe. Um, yes, and there's a few more. You know, they have really good pointers. Anthony Venture, uh, yes, Anthony Venture, also Spencer Johnson. These guys, man, they really know their stuff. I'm just learning a lot from these guys, and I just want to direct you to them as well. Chad from Chad's Mounty Minutes, Josh from Josh Gable Travels, I believe. Anyway, there's a lot of them, and I've just been consuming their content as much as I could, and I can, and I try to just, man, learn as much as I can from these guys, because everybody's um, experiences are different, and all their, man, it just you can learn a lot of things from a lot of different people, and you just kind of, yeah, use it to help yourself out and to help others out if you can. Hey, anyway, so yes, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, um, great benefits on it. I know Matt Clausen doesn't like it much, but for me it works so far. It helps me to get into the ultimate rewards points on Chase. It gets me access to that, and it's really nice. Not that I use the portal itself, but it just helps me to transfer those points out to other transfer partners, and that's what it's for. But yes, Chase Sapphire Preferred, I do really like those 2 times points on travel. Um, yeah, I mean, it just that's a great one. And if you're into Instacart, I mean, they got an Instacart subscription, I think, for free for 6 months. But you got to activate it by July 31st, 2024. So, yes, and I believe you get $15 saving credits each quarter through July 2024. At least that's what it says on the website on there. You can also have those DoorDash, DashPass subscription, and yeah, if you do a lot of, you know, those kinds of home delivery foods or groceries, hey, they have a multiplier for that if you buy groceries online. Cool, right? I think it's 3 times points. Anyway, um, it's got a whole lot of other benefits as far as like travel protections, yeah, purchase coverages, every you name it. Um, One thing about them, they have no foreign transaction fees. And since it's a Visa card, you can pretty much take it anywhere around the world and use it. Now, never really had an issue with it, so hey, I don't know if anyone else has, but for me, this card is pretty solid. I like it. So if you would like to check out the Chase Sapphire Preferred, hey, I got a referral link, and I'm gonna probably put it in the descriptions below. And hey, it doesn't cost you anything if you use it. And mine's showing the 75,000 points for the referral, for the referee. Yeah. So if you use the link, it doesn't cost you anything. It would help me out, and if you wanted the BILT Mastercard, I also have a link for that one. Helps me out, helps you out, hopefully. Yeah, feel free to use my links if I'll put them down in the descriptions below. And thank you in advance. Um, you know what? I think we're gonna stop right there for this one. These 2 cards are just the ones that I wanted to mention, especially for the BILT rent day since it's coming up. Check them out, check it out, look into it, BILT, and of course, check out the channels of the people I've just mentioned. They really know their stuff, and it is worthwhile looking into it. Just be careful though, because once you get into it, oh man, you really don't want to stop watching and knowing more, because just knowing more about credit cards and these kinds of things, I mean, hey, as long as you use your credit cards responsibly, pay them off every month, pay off don't carry any balances, those interest rates, man, they're killers right now. However, we are adults, do the adult thing, I guess, and be responsible, treat it as a debit card. Don't treat it as if it's your backup money that you have. If you don't have that money in the bank, you don't have that money. Just think about that, okay? And that's a piece from Chad's Money Minutes. He is a very smart man, and I go check out his site or his channel, because he's got a lot to say, and a lot of the times he's got very good things to say, and very sobering things to say, and I like it. Anyway, so I digress. I'm a little all over the place here. Like I said, no script, just straight, just straight talk, really. So hopefully I get better at it. Yeah, I do stumble and all that. I don't really have notes in hand. I feel like it just kind of, I don't know. Maybe I'll try it next time or something. I just wanted to do this impromptu So hopefully it makes sense to you guys. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. I'm going to try to have these things out every Thursday, every week. Hopefully, I'll try. I'm going to give it a go. And I, I do have another job, and it does get a little bit, it gets a little bit busy, but I will definitely try to get something out on Thursdays. It's very busy to have a family and, do the family stuff, and they come first. But I will try to give this a go every Thursday, or release one every Thursday, okay? All right. Well, like I said, thanks for coming by, and see you next time. All right. Take care, everybody.